Traveltelevision wraps up our 4th season with a look back at some of our favorite stories. This year, Traveltelevision episodes highlighted international volunteer organizations. This month, we present an encore of those stories. Join us next month for the premiere of our 5th season.
To make sure that the things that I've enjoyed during my life are available for my kids and grandkids and future generations beyond.
That's priceless, and unless we take care of that, it will go away and we'll never ever have it again.
We'll be arriving at Angel Island very shortly, and when we do, the team leaders who are wearing the red shirts.
We're here at Angel Island in San Francisco Bay with 300 people from the tourism industry from all over the country, from 30 different states and 2 countries and 100 different companies that have come in here to volunteer for a day to help clean up Angel Island, which needs some help because of budget cuts in the state park system in California.
I'm sure all of you know the famous Mark Twain quote that the coldest winter he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. So you're getting a taste of what that's all about.
We're loving it. Charles, we're loving it.
Oh, yeah? Angel Island is steeped in so much history, and very few people know about Angel Island.
My grandmother actually came through Angel Island, so historically there's a personal meaning here for me.
For me, probably the most memorable one was Ellis Island, which was the very first Tourism Cares cleanup. That was in 2003, and I'd just become an American citizen 1 week before, so to be standing in the arrivals hall of Ellis Island as a new citizen and realize that just about every American has been processed either through Ellis Island, and then of course if you're anywhere from Asia, you would have been, quote, processed through Angel Island. So for me, this is like revisiting what was the very, very first Tourism Cares event, and since then I think there's been like hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of man hours that have gone into cleanup operations, so it's pretty cool.
We volunteer a lot.
What we're doing here is helping state parks in a time of great need. When you look around all of our state parks, you're going to find that we have a lot of edges that look pretty tattered. And this is a group that has come out here, put their money where their mouth is, and said, we want to help.
We're rebuilding the missions. Fix fences and paint picnic tables and things like that.
I mean, it feels good to help, so why not?
Picnic area look cleaner and stuff.
Preserving some of these great historic sites.
If you fill it, I'll wheel it. Okay, another type you need. I've never rode a wheelbarrow before in my life.
You're doing good.
I'm excited about that.
These are folks that actually paid to be on a trip.
The tourism industry is important here in California. It's one of the most important industries that we have in the state. So if these people come here and make us healthy, then California's economy stays healthier. We couldn't thank them enough.
Yeah, as we rock and roll. As we rock and roll.
That's all right. They'll wait for us.
Yeah.
We pretty much run the red team,
good
so it's okay.
Once again, thank you, San Francisco. Thank you, California. Have a great evening this evening and safe travels back home.
You say that the camaraderie.
It just, you got this bond, and we all want to make these places better places to go visit.
Especially with Tourism Cares, you meet so many different people from all around the world. It's fantastic.
More about the fact that it's about educating people to join in and have fun and meeting people and doing things you wouldn't normally do. It's all about the experience.
I will keep coming back every year as long as I can.
We enjoy doing the good work.
Orphanage Outreach is an organization based in the United States that works to provide funding, resources, and willing volunteers to orphanages in the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. They offer experiences ranging from one-week trips to multi-month internships, during which time volunteers do everything from building new facilities to teaching English in the schools. I spent 10 days with a group of volunteers in the Dominican Republic, where I got the chance to see this common tourist destination on a more personal level. The week came up with more unexpected surprises. we take a trip out to a very rural part of the country known as a Patay, a Dominican agricultural community. The community has even fewer resources than those of Monte Cristi. They are limited to basic needs and don't get many chances to enjoy even the activities that the children of the orphanage take part in. And this time, the activities aren't just for the children. Many mothers here are very young themselves. The volunteers prepare many of the same activities that were popular back at the orphanage.
We just got to a Patay, which is an old farming community in Monte Cristi, and in our group we're going to make cool bracelets and keepsakes with yarn and beads for them to take home. This is the recreation station, and we have a game of pass going on over here and some girls jump roping over here. So the kids are just having fun doing whatever they want to play around outside.
Our station today was social games, so we brought a few games to share with them, and they brought some games to share with us too. So now I'm playing one of the games that they introduced us to, where everyone jumps, and it's funny. It's a simple game, but we've been enjoying it for a really long time.
Sí, bueno, estamos jugando un deporte fútbol. Se agarra aquí con la mano y ¡pum! Golpea y la bola está por allá.
I'm Katie Daly with Traveltelevision.org. I'm here with Peter Greenberg, a travel expert, and we want to learn a little bit more about volunteering in the United States. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Sure I can. It's one of the fastest growing areas of the travel segments in the travel industry. People really want to give back as opposed to just lay out on the beach. In many cases they want to bookend it, do both, and you can. You can go to the spa one day and then work with orphanages the next. And in fact, I'm on the board of an organization that does just that. It's called Airline Ambassadors. 6,000 airline pilots, flight attendants, maintenance people with 34 different airlines, and we run between 10 and 12 missions a month to orphanages around the world. And it's the best vacation you can have because what you think you're giving, you're getting back so much more.
Can you tell me a little bit about what does this mean for a younger generation as well as baby boomers? How can they get involved?
It means a lot for the younger generation, and I start with the age of 6 if you want to get young, because if the kids bring their parents, they're going to be happy. I think kids should be much more involved in travel decisions anyway. They'll be happier on the trip. And kids are leading the way. They're leading the way in terms of volunteer vacations. They're leading the way in terms of environmental travel. They're leading the way in terms of educational travel. And if the kids are happy, they'll bring their parents.
Wonderful. And do you see any upcoming trends with this? Is this a growing thing?
Oh, it's already growing. And it's not about cost, and it's not about price, and it's not about time. It's about accessibility and experience. And that's really what the travel industry has to learn, that it's not about being competitive on rate or price, it's about being competitive on value. And there's nothing more valuable to me than a volunteer vacation.
With over 93 projects in 42 countries, ACDI VOCA is one of the oldest and largest international development organizations fostering broad-based economic growth and wise stewardship of food and agriculture. The Agricultural Cooperation Development International, ACDI, was formed in 1963 by major U.S. farm co-ops with a goal to provide expertise and support to cooperative enterprises in developing countries. Volunteers and Overseas Cooperative Assistance, VOCA, was established in 1970 to provide volunteer assistance to developing countries. The VOCA was the first to implement the U.S. aid-funded farmer-to-farmer program in 1985. In 1997, VOCA and ACDI merged to form ACDI VOCA. This merger combined ACDI's long-standing development approaches and VOCA's people-to-people volunteer activities and programs. The current entity has worked in over 145 nations to promote economic growth opportunities for cooperatives, enterprises, and communities through innovative applications of sound business practices. Travel Television spoke with Diane Roach about the organization.
ACDI VOCA currently has a food security program in Haiti. When the earthquake struck last January, our staff worldwide, which numbers over 1,000 people, wanted and had to do something. We knew that a lot of money was flowing in for relief work. Well, relief work is not what ACDI VOCA does. We do recovery work. We do economic development work. So out of this money that we raised, which was $100,000, we created the REACH project. And the REACH project is a wonderful project to help rebuild Haiti.
How to allocate the $100,000 REACH fund? According to Emmett Murphy, the most pressing need is seismic safe housing. Emmett Murphy, the ACDI VOCA chief of party in Haiti, consulted with mayors throughout the country. They decided to give the first REACH grant to a Haitian education association called ABTAC. ABTAC trains workers in new building techniques crucial to this earthquake-prone region.
So when we asked Emmett what's the best use of $7,000 that we had to contribute out of all of these many programs that he is in charge of, he chose this building program for these Haitian men and women, and he needed a consultant. So he contacted a man named Kent from Wyoming, and we had the good luck of meeting Kent a couple of days ago, and he is one of the funniest, most down-to-earth men I have ever met, but also the smartest.
This is my third job I've done with them, and they are a together outfit. I enjoy working for them. My area is manufacturing and construction. That's what I taught at the University of Wyoming for several years, and they want to train potential craftsmen from scratch to build quality structures, light construction, light structures, family structures, nothing over one story. And they want to do it in such a fashion that people can feel safe from any seismic threat and hurricane threat. Of course, if you do something that is seismically solid, then a hurricane is not much of a big deal because you just make sure the roof is tight, right? Rather to keep it from blowing away rather than shaking off.
This is an incredible opportunity for this group of young men and women. They'll be able to change the future of Haiti.
For someone to leave this program with the basic tools to build a good house, small single-level house, basic skills and basic tools to build a single-level house, that's unbelievable.
People say, well, why would somebody want to take 2 weeks away from their job? Or if they're retired now and they're relaxing, why would they want to go off to challenging conditions in the developing world and volunteer for you?
Well, for the thought of what I'm doing here, it's not so much the food. I don't think at that level. I think at the level is a damn building won't fall on some kid.
Travel Television presents the story of one volunteer who has galvanized and motivated an entire community to honor the achievements of America's Purple Heart veterans. Each year in Branson, Missouri, Marla Stockinger coordinates a citywide open house welcoming Purple Heart veterans of every generation and their families. Rolling out the red carpet is Marla's specialty as she treats her guests to free shows, parades, meals, tours, and a hearty serving of her own special brand of appreciation and thanks.
Last year when I did the event, it was the first time that it had ever been done in the United States, and I didn't know that. You know, we had no idea about the veterans, really, and how good that they were going to feel giving all this to the veterans.
Marlis has put together this event here and organized it, and the volunteers, the shows that we've gone to, the show that we attended today, last night, the fishing tournament, everybody has volunteered their services. They have volunteered their homes, more or less. And we appreciate that so greatly. And it means a lot to us veterans to know that, especially the Vietnam era veterans, knowing that people really do care about us.
We actually have like 3 or 4 young, I'm talking like in their 20s, that have been wounded. And that's been really special.
By the dawn's early light, once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
doing all this, because any of you that are out there that have volunteered, you know, it's your passion. And so you're going to do it because it's something that you love to do. It's in you, and you want to do it good, and you want to do it right. We just really want to here in Branson to do good for them and do it as volunteers. Every one of them that are here volunteered. All of the people that did the shows, the theaters, all the people that work behind the scenes, they're all just givers. They're just givers, the volunteers. Well, we love them. And the veterans love them. Man, I'm telling you, appreciation. You can never get enough hugs from them because they're constantly loving you.
A simple yellow ribbon is what I need to set me free. I wrote and told her please. Oh, tie a yellow ribbon round the oak tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me?
Branson's a very special place. The soil is very fertile for veterans. In '93, I did my first free veteran show for 600. Last year, we did our free veteran shows in Branson, all of our theaters, for 176,000 veterans. It's become now the largest gathering of veterans in America. And so we are very proud of a little city of 7,000 people that welcomes 7 million people a year in tourism to give back to our veterans who serve for our country and put their life on the line for us.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be in their presence. I'm honored to know them. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to learn from them and to grow as a person. And comes from volunteering. You know, one of the things that you learn the most from, you've got to give back.
With a theme of It's Up to You, the 2010 National Conference on Volunteering and Service was held in New York City from June 28th to June 30th, 2010. Convened by the Corporation for National and Community Services and the Points of Light Institute, more than 5,000 attendees, including Volunteer coordinators, nonprofit professionals, CNCS program staff, and directors participated in 3 days of seminars and tutorials on the service movement. The focus of the conference was on measuring impact, building and sustaining capacity, and embracing innovation. Several thousand volunteers traveled from around the world to the U.S. to help coordinate sessions, provide directors, and distribute passes and questionnaires to attendees. Travel Television was in the audience and spoke with some of these outstanding volunteers.
This is the 2010 National Conference for volunteers, and basically it's a 2 to 3 day event having various workshops on volunteerism around the country and just, showing workshops just to better the community at large. I believe it's 2,000 to 3,000 volunteers.
I signed up a couple weeks ago to volunteer at this conference because my good friend's mom works at Disney in the community service department, and she's actually heading a session tomorrow, and she knows I'm really into service and giving back and just trying to do my part in my community, and I'm from New York City, so I figured that this would be a really great way to do that.
The National Conference for Volunteering and Service is a very important day in reestablishing the goals for national service and volunteering moving forward throughout the year. And so I wanted to be a part of that more actively than just a attendee. And so I wanted to step forward and participate while I was here.
I am volunteering with the NYC Service, a service that Mayor Michael Bloomberg has just started back in July of 2009. And what prompted me to come here today, well, basically I've been doing volunteerism my entire life, since mainly during high school and a lot of college because of my fraternal organization that I'm in. And I love volunteerism. So when I heard that the conference was coming to New York City, I said, why not? It was a great chance to network, to see other volunteers, to see other organizations, and see what they're, how they're helping to benefit not only the United States, but the entire world at large.
I volunteered on Friday. I was stuffing bags, which was really interesting. I got to meet a lot of really cool people, somebody from Italy actually. And now I'm being a host, I'm answering questions, I'm handing out these official, New York guides, and just doing whatever I can to help out. And tonight there's the Target party, so we're actually going to go down to the South Street Seaport, and we're going to stuff bags for homeless people, like meals. So for me, that's kind of more what I'm interested in doing, because I really love actual service projects. This is just helping out, but that's something that's a little bit more rewarding, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm assisting with people who are coming out to attend, giving them information, the proper information, so that they can go from session to session, maximize their time, make sure that they're getting the most out of the conference. And then as well, we're going to be going through and doing some evaluations of the conference sessions and making sure that the amount of information that is being given to people who have traveled from across the nation for this conference is adequately presented, they're getting the most out of it, and allow the conference to really be maximized and the benefit to be maximized across the nation after we're done here.
The anniversary of 9/11 was marked by a day of service by and for veterans. Over 150 volunteers, including students from George Washington University, joined Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans to renovate and spruce up the Vincent Hall retirement community. The residents of Vincent Hall, almost all of them veterans, also pitched in to help and were joined by First Lady Michelle Obama, who picked up a paintbrush and worked with the crew.
My name's Tony Woods. I am the Coalition Director for Service Nation. I'm also a two-time Iraq War veteran, a veteran of the Army. Today's September 11th, which thanks to the Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act, is now a day of service and remembrance, and so it's an opportunity for Americans to turn a tragic event into something meaningful and powerful where we give back to our communities. And so today, as a part of the Mission Serve initiative, which brings the worlds of civilian and military service together, we've got veterans, civilians serving alongside one another. We're working hard right now to renovate a retired veterans home here in McLean, Virginia at the Vincent Center.
I'm Eric Greitens. I'm the CEO of The Mission Continues, and we're here today with the First Lady at Vincent Hall in Virginia. The First Lady has joined The Mission Continues on one of our service projects. It's taking place on September 11th. Today, The Mission Continues is doing 50 service projects around the country where we've brought out veterans of all eras and civilians of all backgrounds to serve together on September 11th. Part of our mission is to make sure that every veteran who comes home has the opportunity and the resources available to them to continue their service to our country by serving with nonprofits and charitable organizations and community organizations here at home, where they are able to continue their mission of public service. We've involved volunteers in over 50,000 hours of service, and this day, September 11th, is marking the beginning of a 2-month campaign where we're going to continue to serve all the way through Veterans Day of this year. It's great for everyone to come out, and I encourage everyone to go out to missioncontinues.org.
Hi, my name is Charles Simon. I'm here with the Mission Continues. The goal of the Mission Continues is there are a lot of returning veterans, and we all want to serve our country and continue to serve after our military service is up. We have a number of people who are fellows that we sponsor throughout a year to help them set up community service, helping out young people, anything in their community to just help out.
Pearl Harbor survivor, Midway survivor.
September 11th is now a National Day of Service and Remembrance recognized under federal law. In observance of this day, please join millions of Americans who are pledging to adopt charities, volunteer, and perform other good deeds. Taking time to help others can be a positive way to remember the 9/11 victims and heroes, and also to honor the many brave men and women who are defending the nation at home and abroad. This year, let your actions speak. Visit 911dayofservice.org or serve.gov to get involved.